Thank you so much for meeting with me today, and welcome to STS's Success Talk series. I'm Leah, and I'm the Peer Success Coach and Graduate Assistant here at Binghamton University. I'm so glad to be able to have this discussion with you and showcase more resources available to Binghamton University students. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, thank you for having me, Leah. My name's Cassandra. I'm a human development major and I'm a senior. I'm a peer success coach and I'm also involved with the Latin American Student Union on campus and the Multicultural Resource Center.
Awesome. It's great to have you. So today's topic will be productivity. What does this topic mean to you?
So I think productivity is very important because it keeps me motivated with the work that I do. I also think productivity can be viewed differently by anyone. But to me, it actually means just finding a balance between my personal, academic, and social life. In order to be efficient with my time for each part of my life, I just need to stay productive.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing. So would you like to talk a little bit more about different ways that we address productivity as success coaches?
Yeah, so one way that we address productivity is by actually, we recommend time mapping. And time mapping is just a really good way to stay productive and accountable with your time because you're able to block off different sections of your schedule. For example, class time versus like study time, eating time, lunch, breakfast, dinner. And also, you can also block out like your personal time as well. So it really creates that balance between everything that you might have going on, especially as a student.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the time mapping worksheet. It's one of my favorite things to do with students. I really think it helps get that perspective on how to be productive.
Definitely.
Are there more things that you'd like to share about productivity today?
I Something that I also use for productivity is the 5 minute trick, or it's also known as the Pomodoro method. So, with this method, you set your timer for, you could do 5 minutes. I personally do like larger intervals just because it takes a little longer for me to get started with my work. So, I start with like 30 minutes, and once that timer like goes off, usually you keep on working afterward because you already got started. And it really does help me just get started and motivated to complete assignments that I have to, or maybe if I was procrastinating, it really gets my motivation back up there.
Awesome. And that actually ties in really well to my next question, which is what motivates you?
Okay. Well, I am like a first generation student, so I think just being in a college atmosphere is really motivating for me. And just being exposed to new types of like experiences, whether it's like learning something new or, um, creating a connection with my professors or other students in my classroom. So that's really one thing that motivates me. But another thing that keeps me motivated is actually like my calendar because I'm able to like check everything off and just seeing when things are completed. It's like, yeah, I got that done. Like I can move on to the next thing now and the next and the next and the next. So, yeah.
I love that feeling. Definitely with you on my calendar keeps me motivated.
Yeah.
Right. So the last thing that I wanted to ask you about today are what are some resources here on campus at Binghamton that help you to stay productive?
Well, I definitely do use the library as a big resource, especially when I feel like a lot of my assignments are piling up, or like I feel kind of crammed with like all my assignments. I go to the last floor in the library because it's silent, and I'm able to really read there, focus on my studies. And since the library is open till late, if I have a later day, I can just stop by the library and finish any work that I have to do. Another thing was that actually, when I was a freshman, I used the writing center a lot because I was in Writing 111. So we had to build a portfolio for our writing pieces, and the writing center really did help with developing ideas, editing, providing feedback. Yeah, just like it was a really great resource, especially as a freshman. It's a a new environment, And they were always like really kind. And it was never, um, like a negative experience. And I also definitely use office hours, especially, I mean, I'm not, I'm not the best with math. So I took a math course, and those office hours with my TA really did like save me that semester. So I definitely recommend office hours with your TAs or professors if they offer them.
Those are all really awesome resources. Thank you for sharing. So that's all of our time today. Thank you so much for talking a little bit about your experience with productivity. And to any students listening, if you're interested in meeting with Cassandra to talk more about productivity or getting connected to resources on campus, you are definitely encouraged to head to Be Successful and schedule an appointment with a peer success coach today.